Well, one of our most popular booths here at Dakotafest is the Extension Weeds booth, and today we're talking with Darrell Denecke, the Integrated Pest Management Coordinator for SDSU. So Darrell, tell us what's all this stuff in the background here.
Well, we've kind of got several different versions of different types of weeds here. This year's been a really good weed year, so over on the far side we feature a few lawn weeds for some of the homeowners. The bulk of what we have here, though, are weeds that we're seeing in the crops, and just a lot of the real common things that we'll see, the crops, range, and pasture. The thistle display that we have to the left is also one where people kind of can get a chance to come in and look at the plant, figure out what they have. And then just to my right here is the resistant, herbicide-resistant display, featuring some of the weeds that we're seeing, some of the modes of action, plants that have the resistance to those herbicides.
So can you tell us a little more when you talk about herbicide-resistant weeds? That's an issue that is growing. Tell us what types of research and education you're providing on that.
Okay, basically right here we're showing a map of where we've got confirmations of glyphosate-resistant weeds. That's the latest one, the ALS classification of weeds, of herbicides. We've had those weeds for several years now, but this is getting more serious now that we've added the glyphosate resistance. So we've been featuring educational programs on putting together management on how to prevent and also how to handle the problem once they get it. So looking at management schemes, changing rotation patterns, changing herbicides, and really kind of helping the folks out in those areas where they've had a pretty major program of straight glyphosate programs.
And so in your role as Integrated Pest Management Coordinator, you really work with a whole team of people within the SDSU Extension and Plant Science Department, agronomists, plant pathologists, everything. Just tell us really, what does Integrated Pest Management mean?
Well, Integrated Pest Management is really the concept of pest management, not only including pesticides or chemical controls, but managing it with cultural controls, such as using pest-resistant crop varieties, using different schemes as far as tillage. If you're in a no-till system, looking at different crop rotations, and really looking at things like biological control, also as a means of controlling pests, so that we don't have complete dependence on a pesticide, and actually reducing the amount of pesticide that we're actually putting out there on the land.
So some of the education that you talked about was directly with our crop growers and producers, but do you also work with others in the industry?
Yeah, I work not only just the growers, but more and more we're doing a lot more work with the industry, particularly where we're using a lot more agronomists out in the field. We're working with those folks, and really a lot of the public from the environmental side, working with the public land managers, and really a whole host of folks that have any connection with a pest problem, as far as basically what's out there growing as far as a plant.
And you do kind of a short course in the summer called an IPM field school. What all does that involve?
Well, our field school, we just got started. We just finished our fourth one now, and we do a 3-day or 2-day actually training session, going through all the different not only pest options for a professional agronomist, but we discuss cropping systems, fertility, and really provide training for those new agronomists as they're just getting started in their field, and help them to get acquainted with some of the new things that are out there, and then what we have to offer here at South Dakota State University.
Thanks, Darrell.